Hi guys, another shop update for the Frozen Woodworker. So what are we going to get in today?
Well, we're going to talk about working with kids in the shop, because that's what we do.
Yeah, since it's going to be Thanksgiving weekend now, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so we just figured that today would be a good day to talk about working with the kids in the shop, since it's kind of a family thing, and holidays and family and all that kind of stuff all together. So let's actually talk about family in the shop.
Yep.
Okay, but first things first, we're at just about halfway to our goal of 100 subscribers.
Awesome!
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for sharing, everybody. What we really would like to do is to get 100 subscribers in time to ship that table out before Christmas.
Yeah.
That way, if somebody wants to use it for a Christmas present for somebody, they're able to, or maybe it's just a Christmas present for themselves. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, but so we'd really like to keep sharing it so that way we can get 100 subscribers and get that drawing done before Christmas. That'd be awesome. And not just before Christmas, but in time to ship it out for Christmas, because shipping sometimes takes a little bit. All right, should we get into the projects?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know, you want to tell them about that barnwood stair stuff we did?
Sure. This last week we were down in Royalton, and we were working on a 100-year-old dairy farm, which was pretty cool. We were installing barnwood from an active and in-use barn in the owner's stairwell. She wanted to dress up her house. She really likes that, the old living on the farm kind of style, and that's what we did. We took some really cool pieces of barnwood and we stuck it up in her stairwell going up to the bedrooms, and framed in the door that was up there and dressed up along the stairs. It turned out really nice, and we'll have some pictures up here in just a little bit too.
Yep, and I really liked how the miters around the door looked, because
nice.
We were able to go and make it so it made a little bit of an extension jamb with the barnwood, and then miter that into the casing, so that way you can't see any of the fresh cuts, all the edges and everything. I think 100% every edge that you could see was original old kind of weathered barnwood, and it looked neat.
Yeah, it really did.
And in order to make it, barnwood is imperfect, so there's some gaps and stuff. So what they did is, before we got there, the owner painted the wall black. That way, the little cracks and stuff you could see, it didn't stand out. It was, just looked like shadows back there. That worked really well. Mm-hmm. Okay, the next thing is, we did a video on it. It's up on the site right now, but we fixed the breadboard. I did a bunch of work for a customer, and I guess not really a bunch, but some work. They had some cabinets, and they just kind of needed a little tweaking here and there. They needed some drawer slides fixed. They needed, just kind of nice cabinets, but they're from kind of the late 80s, early 90s, so they were showing some wear. So we had to just go and touch them up a little bit for them. But one of the things we did is this breadboard here, one of the ends popped right off of it. So I did a video. You can check that out. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll put a link right here. If not, I'll just look on our page, and it's down there titled, I think, Fixing Breadboards or Repairing Breadboards, something like that. But I show you guys on there how to take the glue out of the glue line, so that way when you re-glue it on, everything matches up nice. I'll give you a little spoiler alert. The big secret is vinegar, because vinegar will go and eat some of that glue and soften it up, make it easier to do. We have one more project coming up here. We're going to do a video on this. I'm going to spin you guys over there, and you guys can see Jen working on that.
Alright, so we've got this coffee table here. We had just recently brought a dresser back to a lady that we refinished for her. And when we got there, she asked us to pick up her coffee table. She really likes the style as far as the design of it, but she wants it to match what she's doing in her house right now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to strip the top and the legs. We're going to do a dark stain. She wants espresso for the top. And the legs, she wants the antiqued white. So what we're going to do is, I'll probably within the next week here be working on this project. And I'm going to do a video on how to antique legs with the paint and everything that, like what you see on Pinterest. So those that want can try it at home. But yeah, so I think that'll be a really neat project. I'm really looking forward to working on that coffee table for her. So now for our tip of the week.
Tip of the week. Okay, like I said, since it's Thanksgiving weekend, we're gonna talk about family and having family in the shop, having kids work in the shop.
Yep.
The first question people sometimes ask about kids in the shop is safety.
Yeah.
So we're gonna actually let the kids talk about some of the ways that they stay safe in the shop. How, in particular, personal protective equipment. So go ahead, Matt.
You wear safety glasses like these, or you can get different brands of the safety glasses, and you use them so you don't get stuff in your eyes when, like, say you're cutting something and pieces could go flying. You wear these, you don't get them in your eyes.
Right.
And you put them on like this, and like they're blurry, so you would want to clean them with some glasses wipes, just like you would clean normal glasses.
Okay.
And then you wear safety gloves. Gloves, like for like you're staining, painting. You don't always have to wear them. Just it's a pretty good idea to do it so you don't get stuff on your hands.
Like you wouldn't need to use it when you're sanding,
Correct.
but if say you're helping with a glue up and there might be some squeeze out and stuff, you
Then
might
you
want to
won't
wear
wear it.
gloves. Yep.
Or if you have something on your hands that you can't get off,
Right.
and like you're staining or painting something else,
Yeah.
then you would also want to wear them so you won't get that thing onto the project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you put them on, it looks like this. At least it should.
But it should be the right size for your hand. Like these ones are like adult size gloves.
Instead of like where they're a little bit too big.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she accidentally grabbed the wrong size this time, or who knows, we might even be out of the
We're
kid.
out.
We're out of the kid size gloves. So that means we're probably gonna have to get some in the next day or two.
Yep.
Well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so not tomorrow. We're gonna have to get some more. That is important. That if don't just take your adult safety equipment and stick it on a kid and expect it to work. Make sure the safety equipment is sized appropriately for the person.
Right.
And gloves is a great place to start. Gloves and glasses. Because some glasses get to be really clunky on a child-sized head.
But not
Yeah.
like these ones are on me.
Right. Hey, go ahead, Mark.
I'm gonna be talking about dust masks because and dust masks would be important because then if you're doing something for a while it's like really dusty or something, then you can put a dust mask on and it'll like block the dust from getting in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But remember to not do this, to not sneeze while you have a dust mask on. That is really annoying. It's in your mouth.
Or burp.
Or that stinks. But then I'm not going to put this on the normal way because then I can keep talking.
Okay.
Because I'm going to kind of cinch around my nose. Okay, and then I'm going to put the straps on and go around my head. And this is what it should look like.
Yep.
Now I'm going to take it off.
Great. Go ahead, Miss.
You want safety equipment like earmuffs and stuff so that you can hear other people talk because you want to do that apparently. After you're using like equipment that's really loud, so you just put the safety equipment on, and now I can't hear anything that any of them are going to say.
And it's also important too to remember to not just wear the safety equipment if like the kid is actually doing something, but like a common job that the kids will often do is if I'm cutting on the table saw, oftentimes they'll be catching for me. So even though they're not the one actually pushing the boards through the table saw, they're exposed to the noise and dust just as much as I am. So they should also be having all the same safety equipment that I would. And even if they're on the other side of the shop, this is a loud place sometimes. So, they may be hand sanding all the way across the shop. If I'm sitting there on the router table for an hour, they should also be wearing earmuffs and dust protection as needed.
Yep. Yeah, depending on if sometimes we'll have the rotor table going, hand sanding, random orbit, the drum sander. With all that going on, there's a lot of equipment with motors running, and there's a lot of dust getting kicked up in the air. So we wear safety equipment. We wear the ear protection, sometimes the eye protection, what we're specifically working on, and the dust masks.
Right. Right, because even sometimes a hand sanding person will have ear protection on because the person across from the table from them is using something loud.
Right.
And the other really important part of the safety is the kind of personal awareness of your surroundings.
Yes.
Because, you guys are kids,
Right.
and being that you're normal kids, sometimes you get distracted, right?
Yep.
And this is not a great place to be distracted. And as we all know, sometimes you guys have a good day, someday you guys have a bad day. And so if you come into the shop, you're distracted and you don't want to be here and you're just zoning around and all that, what happens?
We
We
get
either
kicked out of the
get
shop.
hurt or get kicked out.
Great.
We'd rather have the second one.
Right. So that I think is a really key thing if you're going to work with kids in the shop is don't be afraid to tell them, hey, you're having a zony day today. You're just not focused. How about you go back, maybe together you go do something else for a while, or maybe if you really got to get the stuff done, maybe the kids just don't help you that day. And you have to be okay with that, because if you're not okay with saying today's not the day for you to be here, well then you probably shouldn't have the kids working with you in the shop. You have to be able to just cut it off once in a while.
Yep.
Okay,
That leads to, what are some of the jobs that the kids do help with in the shop?
I help with staining and painting. Unless it's a really major job, because I don't want to accidentally screw it up. Because sometimes you could accidentally do too much paint or stain, and it can get darker than the customer would like it to.
right.
And for that, you'd wear gloves.
Yep.
Yep.
What else can you do, Mark?
Sometimes we like sand, like all three of us kids do, and also like with random orbits, hand sandpaper, different types of sanders, and also I know I am particularly learning how to use the miter saw at the moment.
Yep.
And I can stain, but I really don't like to. But now I'm gonna pass it off to Missy.
Okay. It looks like Missy needs safety glasses around here.
Thanks, guys. What do I do? I use. Thank you, Meg. I use different nail guns, so I'll use like the finished nail gun or other air guns for putting stuff together. I've used the lathe and the CNC. I catch on the table saw. I use just about any kind of sander they make. Like,
Yeah.
I think I've used almost all of our sanders.
So if you haven't used the big belt sander,
True.
that's in the
think I've used
CNC
it.
room.
Yeah,
You
I haven't
haven't
used
used
that
that
one. But yeah,
I did.
we even used the lathe a couple times, and like the miter saw, and yeah.
Right.
And we base the tools that they use on their abilities. And we make sure they know how to safely use the tool before they use the tool.
Right.
And if someone's using a miter saw, it's not, oh, go cut this board and we walk away. We're still there supervising, but they're helping us in the shop then.
Right. And oftentimes some of the first boards they cut will be, okay, today is the day to slowly start learning how to use the miter saw. Well, let's grab a scrap piece of 1x4. We'll draw a line on it, and you can practice cutting it on a few times where it doesn't matter that much, and it's
Right,
there's not the pressure of trying to complete a project,
right.
because when you're under stress, under pressure, that kind of telescopes out, and it's not a good time to be teaching sometimes.
Right, and like what they were saying when we talked about safety, it's been bugging me because I keep looking at Missy's sweatshirt, but she has the ties still. Depending on what we're doing in the shop, those are either tucked in her shirt or like I took mine out, and our hair is tied back because all our girls know the worst thing that could happen is your hair to get caught in a sander or another tool and yanked out of your head.
Right.
That is important. My husband may not think of that because he doesn't have much hair left anyway.
Nice and well.
But anyway, on that note,
Like you said, it's a family shop.
okay, on that note, let's. I think that's enough for today. For
Yeah.
today's update.
We wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and if you're seeing this
holidays.
after Thanksgiving, yes, we did this during Thanksgiving week or before Thanksgiving, and we want you to subscribe.
Subscribe, like our videos, give us thumbs up, share our videos, share the posts, share the goofiness. Okay, but that's about all we have for today. Where can they find us?
Oh, you can find us at The Frozen Woodworker off YouTube, and our website is also thefrozenwoodworker.com. And of course, we are a production of Frostbite Furniture, so there's also frostbitefurniture.com as well.
Yep. That seems about all for today, and so you guys have a good day. Bye bye.